and welcome to Cartoons Magazine. My name is Sammy Speed, and this is, believe it or not, our first video. Yeah, and so I thought, what a great way to start a first video than to introduce you to our fearless leader. Yes, the man with the plan, the man that brought back our magazine that we love and cherish so much. That is Marc Methot. He went on to Drivers Talk Radio and had an amazing interview. Some funny things go on in the interview. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'd like you just to go back and sit down and relax and enjoy the show. And again, do a like and a subscribe as always, and every YouTube channel tells you that, and ring the little bell.
We have ambitious friends, Jay, people who put a lot of effort into things. Would you not agree?
I do agree very much.
Yeah, well, sometimes you can be ambitious to the point of crazy, as is in the case, and we tease this right up front, as our pal who brought this magazine back from the depths of forgotten. Now, this used to come from Peterson Publishing. My father worked at Peterson Publishing at one of the 44 titles they had there. We have Bob McClurg on. I worked with Bob at a couple of the titles that came out of Peterson. But to see cartoons back is just amazing. This took some vision, Jay. You want to set up the introduction?
Yes, I'd like to make a formal introduction for Drivers Talk Radio, now that we're still Drivers Talk Radio, soon to not be. But anyway, our friend Marc Methot is the man behind bringing back Cartoons Magazine. And not just one or two. Your plans are 6 a year, right?
Yes, I run 6 a year. It's a bi-monthly magazine.
What got under your skin to bring this back?
Or more clearly, what the hell were you thinking getting in this business with this book?
Well, in 2015, I registered for the trademark, and when everything went through and I ended up having it, I had no history with publication, no experience, no nothing.
Oh, welcome to the world.
So I had to do a lot of research and a lot of learning, and when I put it out on social media, then I had the rights, and I was thinking about bringing cartoons back. A lot of people encouraged me to do so, so I had to move forward with it, and 3 years later, we're...
But you had to bring it back, and I can't believe you're a rookie to publishing, because you had to bring it back at a high delta. I mean, the level had to be high quality, and you're doing that. And for being new in the publishing business, I'm very, very impressed that you were able to come back at this level. Jay, you got a question here?
Yes. My question is, did you know about this magazine growing up? Is there something passionate from your past that hooked you to this magazine?
Or even old enough to know the original magazine?
Well, I'm 41, so I did grow up reading cartoons.
Oh, you don't look 41, okay.
And I even remember in 91, every 2 months I would go to my corner store where they sold it, and at 91 I went, and it was never there, and I kept going back, and then I found out after that they stopped publishing, it was a sad day for me being a kid.
I gotta figure,
And I hear that a lot, that I brought it back, that people had the same experience too.
So your hat says established 1959. I can't help but notice. So from 59, it lasted all the way to 91?
Yep, 91.
That's a long run.
That is a long run.
Cartoon magazine.
Yeah.
There's not, everything's drawn in this book, right?
Everything's drawn because it's the new day and age. I do have artists that do digital artwork, and so I want to mix it up. But I do have a lot of artists that do the old school pencil drawing, and I do actually have a lot of original artists that were in the old cartoon magazine too.
All right, I'm probably going to take you to a place you don't want to go, but if you recognize the truth, you'll understand what's going on here. When I was at Motor Trend magazine in particular, we were always told, there'll be a day when magazines will be gone, it'll all be social media. And I said, not as long as people go to the bathroom. This has to be the best bathroom magazine out. This is perfect for taking into the bathroom.
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of humor in it too.
There's a lot of humor in here. The quality of the artwork. Where did you find these guys?
Well, like I said, when I went on social media, a lot of the original artists found out about it, and everybody was coming to me. And even artists that grew up reading cartoons, they always dreamed about being in cartoons, and they came to me. And then the best part is I have about 20 artists working for me.
Yeah.
And I run simultaneously in each issue, and they come up with the stories, they write the stories, they do the artwork, and they do it, and it's amazing.
As an editor, is it hard for you to try and anticipate where this audience, a lot of whom will be new, are going to want to read or want to laugh about or want to see? Because there's some really good nostalgic drawings of great muscle cars from the period.
Well, the biggest challenge is I want to keep it family friendly. I want kids to read it like I did growing up.
Very interesting.
Right?
Okay.
And also when I'm on the road and I'm talking to legendary people like Gene Winfield and you're hearing all these stories that should be told, I'm bringing those into the comic strip stories too. So
there's some funny stuff in here, buddy. Yeah. There's definitely some funny stuff. These artists have pretty good senses of humor too.
Oh, definitely.
Jay,
We're speaking with Marc Methot, who has single-handedly brought back Cartoons magazine. There was a couple of things I wanted to say. First, thank you for keeping it family friendly. I think that's very important because we must develop the younger enthusiast in this marketplace, and this is one of the things that will do it, right?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, you're not catering to kids, but kids are going to get their hands on this.
Oh, definitely. Like you have your adult humor in it that kids don't understand, but it's still appropriate for the child to read. And I do get a lot of emails that from parents that their children are actually learning to read from cartoons because if they're into cars and that's something they're into.
Very interesting point. Yeah. There's characters in here we recognize. Big Daddy Ed Roth comes to mind. I see Mr. Gasser in here. Did you have to get sign off on that? Or?
Yes, I know the Roth family. And,
do you really?
And we made a deal to bring Ratfink into cartoons.
Oh, I think that's awesome because
I'm sorry, you've just now expanded your market like crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if you're now recreating what Big Daddy Ed Roth would be producing right now, I think that's a hit, man. You cannot miss with that. He had such a following all the way back to
our days. Our day. Just before electricity was invented, Mark. I have to remind people all the time we had TV. Yes, it was black and white, but we had it, okay? I mean, I see the Flintstones in here, which are beloved characters by all generations. And again, the detail is good enough. I think you could start to educate a lot of people about early hot rods from this.
I try and do editorial stuff in there too. So you get a lot of education. There's even fun stuff in there, like spotting the difference. And even the original, like they used to have, is learn how to draw, which George Trosley does.
Yeah, of course. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
I see a car Mank would love right off the top. There's a Geo Metro in here.
Oh, yeah.
You have made something that is obviously a collectible from the moment that you get it, right?
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
that's the point of this, to be honest, is to have an entire collection of Cartoons magazines. What number are we looking at there? Is this number?
This is the latest issue on the newsstand. It's number 17.
17.
Yeah, we're coming to the end of our third year of printing the magazine.
Wow.
What kind of advertiser are you appealing to? I mean, I think advertisers should have a very broad mind here because of who this reaches. But so far, who have been the early takers?
For the advertising part?
I saw House of Color.
Yeah.
Not a bad accomplishment, bud.
House of Color is one of our biggest
and they are the premier people in automotive paint. Yep. Interesting that they would relate to how important this audience is to their particular hobby or where they're at.
With the advertising, like I'd want to keep it automotive related, right? Because that's what you're reading. You're reading an automotive.
Oh no, you got to sell
family-friendly.
out. You got to be a total tramp.
No,
if you can pull that off, muy bueno. You know what I mean? I think that would be great.
What's great too is for 2019, we're coming up to our 60th anniversary of cartoons. So we got a lot of big things coming for next year. So
I want you to know this show is here for you. And if you've got things you want to do or talk about, we want to know about it.
Oh, definitely.
Because our listeners are going to want to know, and they're going to be followers. How are people getting to buy this magazine right now?
Well, I'm in most retail stores across the United States and Canada.
And by that, do you mean Barnes & Noble? Who do you mean?
Walmart, Barnes & Noble,
Are you
Chapters.
Really?
Yep.
You got shelf space.
I got
in
shelf
those
space.
stores.
Yep. And then also in comic book shops. So if somebody wanted to go to their local comic book shop, they could have that shop order cartoons every order that it comes out. So.
Now, Mark, when you got into this, did you have any idea that shelf space was so coveted and how hard it is to get?
Oh, it's quite different. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, new people find that out right away.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to automatically put me on that shelf. Coming from Motor Trend, particularly for airport space, we learn what a battle that is all the time.
Oh, yes.
To remain okay, but new subscribers can go to those locations. Can they go online and find a way to subscribe?
Yes. If I have a website, it's cartoonsmag.com. It's nice and simple. And you go there, and if you subscribe, it comes right to your door. How could you beat that, right?
You cannot beat that.
No.
Nicely done. All right, at this point, being a new publisher, I assume you live in your parents' basement.
No.
You drive their secondhand car.
And you have stacks and stacks of product, right?
Yeah.
Boxes and boxes and boxes of product.
Well, I do have lots of product. I do have my own house, though.
Oh, good. Nicely done. Hope
All
you
right.
keep it.
And at this point, because I'm so invested into the magazine, and my wife's the one that's definitely taking care of me, and so for now.
God love her.
Oh, definitely. She's a keeper.
This is such a hard thing to get started at, but
Yeah.
once you make it, it can be amazing. Of course, crazy guys like you will think of a second magazine they have to have just to make their lives a little harder. This is a very challenging business, but I think you've chosen the right product. I think you guessed right.
I believe so, too, because everybody I talk to that remembers the magazine, used to read it, they still have their original issues.
Do
Sure
they
they
back
do.
then.
really?
Yes.
Sure they do. You
Yep.
don't throw this away. We've been speaking with Marc Methot, who's brought back Cartoons magazines. Congratulations, man.
Website
Thank you
one
for
last
having
time.
me. Cartoonsmag.com.
Awesome.
Definitely
gotta
check
go.
it out.
We got to go. All right.
Hello, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And, special thanks to the Drivers Radio Network and doing the interview for us at SEMA 2018. And yes, that's right, just a week ago. And we really, really, really appreciate them, and hope you go out and check out their channel and their website. We'll keep all the links down below. And then until next time, keep all four wheels on the ground. That's the way the cops always tell me anyways. So have a wonderful day. And until next time, peace.